The grumpy gnome and the kindness seed. Have you ever met someone who seemed grumpy all the time and wondered why? In a beautiful, sun-drenched garden, a little girl named Lily was about to discover a secret that even the grumpiest faces can hide. Lily loved her grandmother's garden more than any place in the world. But in the middle of the most beautiful flower patch stood a grumpy little garden gnome. His name was Jasper. He had a long white beard, a pointy red hat, and his arms were always crossed tightly over his chest with a permanent frown on his stone face. Every morning Lily would say, "Good morning, Jasper," but the gnome would just scowl. She would show him her prettiest drawings, but he would just stare blankly. "He's just a grumpy old gnome," Lily would tell her grandmother. "Is he?" Her grandmother would reply with a gentle smile. "Sometimes, grumpiness is like a thorny shell protecting something soft and sad inside." One day, after a big rainstorm, Lily went out to the garden. To her horror, she saw that a big branch had fallen and knocked Jasper over. He had a large chip on his pointy red hat, and his stone face looked sadder than ever. Lily's heart felt a pang of sympathy for the grumpy little gnome. She remembered her grandmother's words. She decided that instead of being annoyed by his grumpiness, she would try to be a friend to his sadness. She carefully lifted him up and brushed the dirt from his beard. Then she had an idea. She ran to her craft box and found her brightest red paint. With a tiny brush, she carefully, lovingly painted over the chip on his hat, making it look as good as new. It wasn't perfect, but it was done with kindness. As she worked, she talked to him. "It's okay to feel sad when you get hurt," she whispered. "My mom always gives me a hug when I get a scrape. This is like a little hug for your hat." When she was finished, she stood back to admire her work. The hat looked cheerful and bright again. Just then, she noticed something she had never seen before. Tucked under the gnome's base was a tiny, weathered inscription, almost hidden by moss. She gently cleared it away and read the words, "For my dear Ilara, my sunshine, may your garden always bloom." Her grandmother came into the garden and saw the repaired hat. "Oh, Lily," she said softly, "you found his secret. Ilara was my mother, and this gnome was a gift from my father to her. When she passed away, the gnome seemed a little less cheerful too." Lily's heart filled with understanding. Jasper wasn't just a grumpy gnome. He was a statue full of love and memories. He was missing someone. His grumpiness wasn't a wall. It was a shadow of a past happiness. From that day on, Lily treated Jasper differently. She would still say good morning, but now she would also pat his hat gently and whisper, "I hope you're having happy memories today." And though his stone face never changed, Lily was sure that, in the sunshine, his grumpy frown looked just a little bit softer. And while Lily learned that kindness can help heal a hidden sadness, a little train on a far-away track was learning a very different lesson about the importance of listening to your own body when you're feeling tired. Subscribe to Storiella so you can join him on his journey.